Hey Scorpio, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, January 8th to Monday, January 15th, 2018. Now, what's going on this week, Scorpio, is there's a major changes, major transformations going on this week, all right? And that for you, Scorpio, is going to have to do right here where the Sun, Venus, and Pluto are in your third house of talk, of communication, and really of like your immediate environment, of the things that are just around you regularly on the day-to-day, almost, going on here, okay? And so I think what's happening is that there's a lot of changes in the way that you communicate, perhaps in who you communicate with and how you communicate and what you communicate about going on, and also lots of changes in your immediate environment and the people that you interact with regularly. I don't always mention this, but third house also rules siblings. So changes maybe with siblings, relationships there as well. Okay, because this is Venus and Venus is involved in this alignment, these changes could be in the way that who that you communicate with, relationships that you talk about, or people that you talk with. Could be big changes that come up there, as well as people you interact with regularly. Venus also rules money, so it could be changes as well. In the way that you communicate about money, perhaps lots of talk about money coming in and out and what's going on there could be going on, and just dealing with money maybe differently regularly and with people around in your community. So just a lot of different things that could be going on there, endings or beginnings, in the way that you think about things, in the way that you work in your immediate environment that has a lot to do with relationships and money, okay? As you're making some of these changes here, I think there's also, again, some hard conversations that could be coming up about money, about relationships, and the people that it is that you work with and around. I know this is the third house of talk, and so I've said a lot about communication, but with Mercury moving into the same house and making a conjunction with Saturn this week, it's going to superpower your communication. Lots of stuff going on with who you interact with regularly and with how you speak to people and work with people. There could be some big decisions that you are having to make on how you relate to others and how you work with others, and maybe some hard conversations or some very serious conversations on what that looks like and how you're going to communicate or work with people from here on out and share your resources with them, okay? And needing to have the hard conversations, needing to make the changes in the way that you communicate with people and in the way that you work with people regularly so that you can start to feel better, all right? Also maybe needing to make some hard decisions and some hard cuts and commitments in order to move forward, all right? I think a lot of this going on, these big changes here with people and with money and the way that you communicate about these things and work with them regularly also has a lot to do here where Uranus is in your sixth house of your job and of your daily routines. Okay, coming in with Uranus here, making a square to the Sun and Venus this week. So I think whatever it is that you're communicating about or thinking about or trying to work with people on has a lot to do with either your job and what you do at your job on the day-to-day, or has a lot to do with maybe your health too could come in, or just your practical reality on just something very physical on the things that you do and touch and see and feel. And I think you're really trying to work out here how you can communicate and work with people on the job regularly on the day-to-day. That could be a little bit unexpected with Uranus coming in, and of course could be a little bit difficult with the square. Really having to figure out how to communicate about your job in the best way possible, maybe how to make a job or a set of daily routines familiar as well coming in. All right, another way this could play out is that perhaps your job or your daily routines have taken an unexpected twist or turn recently, and really needing to communicate about your job in a way that works and get other people on board with your life and with the twists and turns that it has taken in some way, so that you can start to feel much better here, communicate much better about things, and move forward, all right? And I think if you can have the hard conversations, I know I've said this a few times, make some of the changes that you need to make in the way that you communicate and work with people on the day-to-day, very regularly, in some way, I think it definitely is going to help you in the end. I think it's going to help you right here one of the areas it will help you where Mars and Jupiter are in your first house, with Mars and Jupiter in a sextile over to the Sun, Venus, and Pluto. So any communication that you have and any way that you change the way that you communicate to communicate better with people or differently with people that you see regularly is going to help you feel better about yourself, do some things that are really important to you, and get your life in a better spot than it was before. All right? Any of this communication that you do as well with other people that could be a little hard or difficult is also going to help you here where Chiron is in your 5th house of happiness, to be happier, maybe to work with kids better, since the 5th house also rules kids, to work with passion projects better as well in some way, and maybe romantic relationships. You have better romantic relationships with all the 5th house stuff coming in here, okay? Because Chiron's going to be making a sextile to the Sun and to Venus, right? But you're not going to be able to do some things that are really important to you to feel better about yourself and to be happier, to work better on passion projects with kids or romantic relationships unless you first have some of the hard conversations that it is that you need to have, change the way that you communicate about things as well, and to work differently with people on the day-to-day, okay? So that's what I've got for you this week, Scorpio. All right, your card for the week is Judgment. Upright. Oh, I like this. This card to me, oh, how do I explain this? To me is like usually I think of big moments, faded, dusted moments with this in some way where you're being called, I want to say, to higher purposes and to a higher status, and to really begin to, I want to say, accept your calling. I think that's what's going on this week, to listen to your spirit, to your higher calling, to figure out what direction you need to go in, and to accept that calling to move forward into whatever direction that it is that you're moving into in some way here coming in. You know, with this card too, it's like you're finally, I think whatever's going on this week has a lot to do with things that have happened for quite some time, not just with Saturn moving out of Sagittarius, but I think this card comes into where you're being asked to kind of like make sense of everything that's happened to and past, and to atone for everything that you've done or that people have done to you in some way. And I think this week is the week to clear off your old debts, okay, to move into new chapters, to let go of some things that perhaps haven't been working for you, and to move into a higher calling, doing more of your purpose, doing more of what you've been called to do and what you've been working for so long. All right, so that's what I've got for you this week, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.